Hey, 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 it's your girl Rasati out here in Singapore, and I have a very special guest with me tonight.
Good.
Kuti G is with me tonight, and you are listening to the Night Owl podcast. We wanted to jump on here real quick before we put her to bed because we have a concept, situation rather, that we really need to discuss because I think it would be helpful to all of you parents out there that are going through the same thing. And honestly, it can be translated to different aspects of your life. There's always going to be a moment in your life where you feel like you need to man up, you need to level up, you need to grow up, you need to accept what's going on and deal with them accordingly. So I wanted to talk to you about growing up. Now, today it's more in the context of children. There is an aspect of that is adult as well, but let's start with the kids' version of it first because I need Kutiji to go ahead and talk about, what she's been experiencing. She's about to turn 9 this year. You about to turn 9?
Yep.
You excited?
No.
Why? Last year before double digits, man. You excited? You nervous? Don't be nervous. It's very exciting. Okay, so the point being though, baby girl being a single child with a single parent pretty much means she's pretty spoiled. You think you're spoiled?
Yes.
Yeah, why? Why do you think you're spoiled?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just said yes for what? Oh my god. Okay, the point being, I think she's spoiled and it is my fault because I'm happily spoiling her because I want her to enjoy her childhood as much as possible. Now, with the rise of Netflix, being spoiled is so much easier, but it also means that she's not really learning the things she needs to learn. So I came across a post the other day that says, if I do it for her, she only learns that I can do it better than she can. She doesn't learn that she can improve her skills. She can make mistakes and try again and be better. She can, attempt something and do it great the first time or not at all, or keep on trying and make it better, or, find a different way to do things that works for all parties concerned. So she doesn't get to do that trial and error part if I do things for her all the time. So that is basically the fight we had today because I love her. She's very capable. She's so smart, but she got her mama's lazy gene. What are you doing?
Scratching my back.
Anyway,
Really
that sounded like a fart though. Okay. Anyway, so we were talking today about the fact that every morning when she gets up for school, she's very sleepy. And because she's sleepy, her best idea is, Ma, can you wash me up? Can you give me a shower? Can you do it for me? Right? And while I would love to, and yes, it only takes 2-3 minutes, it also means that because I'm washing her up, as in like giving her a bath, I can't make her lunch, which means I still have to do that work. And it's not being as efficient as possible. Now, I am very, very loving. I am very, very affectionate. I love spending time with her in the morning, but in the morning's usually a mad rush because we're trying to get out the door after I've taken 15 minutes to get her out of bed, first of all, to get her in the bathroom while I make lunch. That is the strategy right now. She's supposed to take a shower, brush her teeth, all that stuff, while I make her breakfast and her lunch.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
No, don't be sorry. We're discussing this, right? This is something you're going through. This is something many of your classmates are probably going through, but they're not going to talk about it. But you and I were cool like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the strategy is get up in the morning. She goes straight to the bathroom, which is attached to my kitchen, and I make her breakfast and lunch. And then from there, right? Excuse me. From there, we come back to the bedroom and I help her get dressed, as in lotion for her elbows and knees and all that stuff, deodorant, powder, put her clothes on, we usually put lotion on her feet before she puts her socks on, and then she's pretty much out the door because we eat on the way to school every morning. No big deal. We walk to school, we eat on the way to school, it's done. So literally speaking, if she's awake and in a good mood, that maybe takes 15 minutes, all of that together. If she does her part and I do my part.
Mama?
Yes, babe.
To be honest, do you remember those times where I went to school, I didn't get scolded or anything, I just didn't feel happy.
That's okay. That happens. I'm not worried about that right now. That's not relevant right here. But what I'm trying to say is, I understand. But can we stick to the topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So the point being, though, she's trying really hard not to do things, even though she could, because she doesn't want to. She wants to be pampered. She's like, it's almost like impending doom where she's looking at the way life is getting ready to change because she's getting older. She should be able to do more things by herself. And so in an effort to kind of like dig her heels in and wait, she basically wants me to do some of those things for her that she should, like, honestly, I still feed her dinner and her lunch. She eats breakfast on her own. And let me put that in context. I feed her because I feed myself at the same time. We eat out of the same, it's like a humongous bowl full of food and we eat together. I feed her. But honestly, she should be able to do that for herself. She is capable, definitely capable, but I don't let her do it. So it's a mixed bag, right? I don't want her to grow up. She doesn't want to grow up, but we need to grow up. And that's the whole point of this podcast episode. What do you think? So let me ask you this. What are you so worried about that you dig your heels in and you don't want to do some of the things that I ask you to do? Because you don't really do chores around the house either, right? Not really. Not every day, right?
It's because I'm too lazy.
I'm lazy too, but a lot of times you get angry with me for making you do things, and you say things like, "Oh my God, you're making me do everything. Oh my gosh, why can't I just get a break?" Right? But as a family, you're supposed to help each other in the house, correct? So if you do some and I do some, both of us get a break. That means I don't do all and you don't do all. We do it together, little by little, right? So that is the whole point. That's something that I want you to think about because I think it's important to growing up. I was just talking about the fact that my mom was here. She's not here anymore. She's gone off to the US to help my grandmother, but we got used to things being a certain way. And there are days where I feel like I'm failing because there isn't someone to share the load with me. I have to remember everything for myself, which is not a bad thing. I'm capable, but there is a little bit of despair there sometimes because I feel like if I remember one thing, I'm going to forget the other because I've told myself that I don't have enough space in my brain to hold all these things together. But I also feel like I wish I could go back to where my mom took care of everything and I didn't have to worry. There are those days where I wish I could do that, but I can't because I got to step up. I got to do this by myself. Everything that is in this house right now is because I am earning it. I am making sure that we get the bills paid, that we get things sorted out. It's been very difficult, but I'm doing it, right? So, with that being said, there are many times in your life where you're going to want to dig your heels in and not level up because life is forcing you. It looks too scary. This is what happens in relationships. Let me tell you this. I've been talking a lot about people in Singapore. The culture is Tinder. The culture is very, very casual. Just meet each other for sex and that's pretty much it. And I understand that. Why do they not do more than that? Because the responsibility that comes with dating, eventually that means, okay, you're going to ask, somebody is going to ask, where is this going? What does this mean? Can this sustain as a marriage possibly? And that's something that scares the hell out of most people. Let me put it this way. I'm one of those people that I make room for people fairly easily. And I would like to think I'm kind of semi-responsible, which means I'm going to take into account the fact that we're going to have bills. We're going to have a house. We need food in the kitchen. We need to make sure that our health is pretty good so that we can last a good long time. I'm not trying to, party my ass off and die in 5 years because I want to do more than that. I want to experience the world. I want to see what the world has to offer. There's so many things I want to see, right? And want to do. So in order for me to get there, I need to take care of myself. Now, if I were to start dating, I am looking at it from a standpoint of, can you be a good father figure? Can you be a good husband? Can we share responsibility within a house? Or are you coming to me because you need me to take care of you? Now, I've been in plenty of those relationships where I take care of the other person and don't get taken care of in return. Part of that is my fault because I don't ask. Part of that is also the fact that the people that I'm with don't necessarily offer or anticipate that I may actually have needs at all. They figure I'm handling me and I'm handling them and it should be all good. But there are certain aspects of your life where you feel like you really need to level up. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's something where, you've been making this certain amount of money for a certain amount of time. You're looking to move into a bigger house, or you're looking to start a family, or you're looking to move out of your parents' house, which means it's going to be a level up of some sort, right? So whatever money you were making where you lived with your parents and they paid the rent and the bills and everything, and all you had to take care of was your phone bill maybe, suddenly you're going to have to level up, which means at some point you're going to have to ask your job if you can get a raise, or if you can apply for a new position, or if you find a completely different job so that you can make more money. All of that is an aspect of growing up. At some point, you get stagnant, you get stuck, you get tired of what you've been doing and you're looking for something new. Or you have bigger dreams and you're looking to accommodate your bigger dreams. Maybe you've been married for a while, you're happy, you're doing really great, and suddenly, okay, you decide, let's start planning for a family, let's start trying to have a baby, which means you're going to have an added extra something so that you can make sure that you take care of your hospital bills, because yes, you have to pay to get your baby delivered nowadays. You can't just do it at home. You got to make sure that you have it all sanitized and all that stuff. You got to make sure that you have money for diapers and baby food. I mean, if you get a chance to breastfeed, awesome. Some people don't lactate very well, so they don't end up being able to give mother's milk. They have to buy powdered milk. Like, all that stuff comes into play. So anytime you want to make a change in your life, it's going to cost something. You're going to have to get rid of your comfort zone. You're going to have to step out and try something different. You're going to have to put discipline on the front end of everything and put all your little distractions on the back burner so you can get your work done. For me right now, I'm struggling a little bit. It's still, I don't know, what has it been? Like 3 weeks since my mom left? 4 weeks? I don't know. Since my mom left, and I'm still trying to put the pieces together because my life is continually changing. I just was awarded this phenomenal position of being the chairperson of all the parent volunteers for the school, which means suddenly I'm handling staffing, volunteers, mind you, staffing for canteen duty, reading corner, library reading sessions, swim safe program. And now with the Wuhan virus, everyone's freaking out, and I need to manage who is available, who's not, especially in the short term, because people don't want to congregate in public places anymore. They're afraid of the Wuhan virus. I got you. I understand. Corona, Wuhan, whatever, right? Every session of your life, every stage of your life is going to demand you to level up into the next version of yourself. Stronger, far faster, smarter, more efficient. And for a lot of us, that means discipline.
And for me, that just means that the word grow up just keeps repeating my life.
Yes, it's going to repeat for the rest of your life, so you better get used to it, honey.
I hate it. It's annoying.
You don't well, if you hate it, it means you're resisting it. Do you realize that? So if you resist it, does it make it easier or does it make it harder? We already know you don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid, but I can't be. I'm already halfway adult. Halfway. But guess what? I have no choice. I need to level up. Because what happens if I stay this way?
I don't know.
If I stay this way or if I go backwards, it means I'm not going to make the money that I could make. I'm going to become very, very one of those people that no one depends on because I don't keep my word and I don't do the things that I say I'm going to do and I don't do them well. People will stop asking me to help out with anything because I'm not good at what I do. For you, if you stop doing what you're doing and go backwards, what happens?
I will just go back on my grades.
No, more than that, you give me more work. If you don't help out, if you don't do your schoolwork or whatever, if you don't, let's talk about schoolwork, right? If you don't take it upon yourself to study, it means I have to push you. That becomes one of my jobs. So studying, is that your job or my job technically?
My job.
Your job. Teaching is my job. So if you have a question and you don't understand it, then I jump in. But to make you study, that should be something you do by yourself.
I know.
I know. And I'm not saying you have to right now, but that's something you need to work towards. Yeah? So, growing up, what is the key, do you think?
To actually grow up?
No. I think the key is to be brave, to ask for help when you need it, right? And to be disciplined, which means you make sure you do what you have to do, whether you want to do it or not. Disciplined. Yeah? There's another word for that. That's also called integrity. So if you tell yourself, hey, I'm going to do this, do it. Keep all your promises that you make to yourself.
What if I say, hey, I'm not going to do this?
Well, if that's a promise you're making to yourself, then don't do it. If you say, hey, I'm not going to watch Netflix for 3 hours straight, then don't do it.
What if I, hey, I'm never going to do my work again?
If you're never going to do your work again, you need to weigh the consequences. What happens if you don't do your work?
The teacher will be angry at me.
Okay, and can you live with the teacher being angry with you?
I can, but it'll be really weird.
It would be weird. It would be more difficult. She will give you more trouble. She will irritate you as much as possible because you're making her mad. She's going to try and force you with her behavior to make you improve your behavior. And I would rather not do it that way. So what I'm telling you is, if you know you got to do some things to help me a little bit, do them.
You sure?
Because honestly, the easiest thing for you to do is take care of you. If you can take care of brushing your teeth, washing your face, taking a shower, putting your clothes on, and then when it comes to eating, right, if you can take care of making sure you eat and wash your plates, that's less work for me to do, right? Which means I can free up time to do other things for you. Me as an adult, I need to make sure that I don't procrastinate and do things at the last minute because it's stress on me. So if I do it first thing in the morning instead of waiting to the last moment of the day, it's less stress on me. I can get more things done. Yes.
I kind of forgot what procrastinating means.
Procrastinate. Don't do it now, do it later.
So later until
Yep.
like
It never happens.
5 years later, and then I need to do this now.
Pretty much. So, you think you can work on growing up and I'll work on growing up too? Any day now. Deal. All right. Y'all heard it here, y'all. Y'all heard it first. We're going to try and grow up as gracefully as possible. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, if you had any comments, please message me, leave them in the comments below, and I will catch you again soon. Bye.
Bye.